One Piece has gotten humongous. It's huge. It's the #1 anime. From the amount of people who read the manga, from the amount of people who watch the anime, from the amount of people who buy One Piece merch. Not to mention all the collabs that it's got. And with how big One Piece has gotten, there is a lot of fans. A lot of new fans, a lot of old fans that's still a fan like me. There's a lot of different fans nowadays. If it's not there yet, it's getting there with shows like Breaking Bad, the SpongeBob, the Walking Dead, where it's just like the show that you just kind of have to check out because of how big it is. And of course I love it that there's more and more One Piece fans because One Piece just gets bigger, only gonna continue to get bigger. Because as an Asian that grew up living in America, I know that back then One Piece was not talked about at all. Like, it was part of the big three in Japan, in Asia, but in America it's more like, I don't know, the big two, and it was just Naruto, Dragon Ball. That's all everybody talked about, and occasionally Bleach. One Piece has accumulated a big number of fans, but with the big number of fans, there's also different types of fans. And I think I can also categorize these type of fans into probably the big 3 types of fans, which I all love. If you're a fan of One Piece, hey, I love you. But there's just this one type of fan that it's not like I hate you, and I don't find you quite annoying, but I find you kind of funny. If you're this type of One Piece fan, you're kind of funny. So let's go into the 3 big categories that I've categorized for the One Piece fans, and then let's talk about that last one that's an interesting type of fan. Yes, also I'm making this whole video to purely talk about that one type of fan, but I also want to categorize the fans because I've noticed, and it's pretty interesting. So on the basic service level of One Piece fandom, I feel like it is the casual fans, the super casual fans. I have one friend that I know of that falls into this category. The casual fans are the people that I feel like don't watch anime. They don't even know what anime is, but they know of One Piece because like the One Piece Dodgers, One Piece BBB, One Piece, I don't even know what other sports collab they've had, but like the sport fans basically, right? They come and they watch sports, but they also see that there's One Piece, so they check it out. These are the casual fans. And yes, just like my one friend, they don't watch anime. They never watch anime, but they want to check out One Piece is, and then they watch One Piece because they're like, oh, this is the biggest one. Like, let's check it out. A lot of celebrities I feel like also fall into this category. Like, they check out One Piece because, you know, they're probably into sports, and then they see like it's big. Like Tom Brady recently with the One Piece shirt, right? Like, I feel like he falls into the casual fan. Like, sure, they'll watch all of it, but that's the only animes that they've watched. But that's honestly super chill, and I love these type of fans because you know that One Piece has become that show that is so big that you just have to check out. Again, like SpongeBob, like Tom and Jerry, like Friends, like Walking Dead, whatever it is. It's become that show that people don't even watch anime, but they'll check it out still. It's amazing. Then the next type of fans, which I also have friends that fall into this category, is just the anime fans, the One Piece anime fan. The friends are people you know who just watch anime, but just also happens to watch One Piece. It could be their favorite show, it could not be, but they still watched it, and they also watch other animes. They watched it, they love it, they'll maybe buy a merch here or there, they'll maybe buy a manga here or there as well. But yeah, they're chill about it, just like, yeah, One Piece, amazing, watched it, loved it. Then the third type of One Piece fan, and also the last type of One Piece fan out of the like big 3 categories that I made up, we have the humongous One Piece fans, which is I feel like what I fall into because we love One Piece. Like, we read One Piece, we watched One Piece almost our whole lives, or even if you didn't read your whole lives and you're still a One Piece fan because you just love the show that much, you buy the merch, you buy the manga, you buy whatever you can buy of One Piece. Like, these are us. We love One Piece. Play One Piece game, watch the movies, goes to the like amusement park that has One Piece in China, in Japan, even though the Japan one's already closed. USJ, Universal Studios Japan, summertime with One Piece. Like, I've done it all, man. I've done it all. But yeah, these humongous fans, nothing to really talk about, but yeah, we love One Piece. And also, I'm also talking about the humongous fans specifically for a reason, because I want to know, for those who are humongous One Piece fans, which arc did y'all catch up to on One Piece? I will always remember this for multiple reasons, but I caught up to One Piece at Sabaody arc because when I was a kid, I had 2 Luffy outfits, 2 of my favorite Luffy outfits, the Enies Lobby arc outfit, which is still my favorite arc to this day, and the Sabaody arc outfit. Now, I can't find a picture of the Sabaody arc outfit, but I do have a picture of the Enies Lobby outfit. Like, I wore and cosplayed Luffy even before I even knew what cosplay was. I just wanted to wear Luffy, you know? Now, with all the fun stuff, the cool fans that we talked about out the way, let's talk about these type of One Piece fans. To put it simply, these fans are, I don't even know. The let's just call them the fake fans, the fraud One Piece fans. The thing with them is that they want to be part of this like big One Piece fandom, right? Like, One Piece is so big, it's become such a big fandom, and they want to be part of it so freaking bad. They claim all sorts of nonsense. It is so funny to notice. I usually always just brush them off, but I'm like, okay. So you'll show them maybe like, oh, look at this new One Piece manga. Oh, look at this One Piece keychain that I got. And they'll be like, yeah, I got the whole stack, man. I got every single volume. I got like 20 of those keychains. I got like 20 of those figures, whatever it is. They'll claim they have it freaking all. Now, we've heard of these fans before in every community of every media. Like, they always want to claim they have so much of it because that makes them such a bigger fan. I don't know. So I guess, yes, the first point, the flexers. Disclaimer, by the way, I'm not talking about collectors or like people who make videos and show off their collection. Those are different. I've also, in part of that, I make TikToks of a bunch of my One Piece collections. I made friends of other collectors who also make One Piece collection videos. I'm specifically talking about the people in the comments when, you know, I'll make a video of, oh, look at all my Luffy stuff, and then somebody in the comments is like, that's 1/5 of my collection, man. Those are the guys I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the collectors. Then this next point is also freaking hilarious. These are what I call them, the rewatchers, I guess. The rewatchers, the One Piece fan rewatchers. These are the fans that are like, I rewatched One Piece 5-10 times. I reread One Piece 5-10 times. Oh, okay. I don't know what that does for you, but also these fans exist in also, again, every other media, right? Like, they want to be like, yeah, I reread this 5-10 times. I'm such a big fan, I guess. I don't know. So if you rewatch maybe One Piece 2-3 times, like, that's okay. Even if you reread it a couple times, that's fine as well. Nothing wrong with rewatching it, saying 5 to 10 times. That doesn't make you look like a big fan. That just makes you look like you have no life. Because you realize how long One Piece is? You rewatch it 5-10 times? Do something else with your life, brother. First point off is that no way you've watched all that time. Like, you either just literally have no life, you have nothing to do, you have no friends, and you rewatch One Piece that many times, or two, you are just not open-minded to other series. There is a whole plethora of anime series that you can be watching, but you're choosing to watch this one series over and over again for who knows what reason. Which type of loser do you want to be? Do you want to be the liar loser, or do you want to be the no life loser? Either way, there's two options that you can literally be. You don't sound cool does not make you a bigger fan at all. Like, we're all receiving the same information with one watch of One Piece. Maybe a second rewatch, right, to remember things more. Then the other point, again, falls into like just watching, is the people who watch it, but they just skip things. Like, straight up just skip things. Yeah, I watch One Piece, but I skip Skypiea, or I skip Thriller Bark. I don't know where this Thriller Bark hate is coming from. Like, all of a sudden, Thriller Bark's just not liked. I don't understand. Thriller Bark was always one of my favorite, like, fun series. Like, I kind of understand why people don't like Thriller Bark. It kind of feels like a filler, but it was fun. It was such a fun arc. And then you skip Skypiea. Understandably, a lot of people don't like Skypiea. I don't find it boring, but I find it, yeah, probably the least fun out of all the arcs. And Fishman Island, those two are like, eh. But the thing is that it's One Piece, it's all fun. Like, the show is fun. Why are you skipping things? Well, what's going on? Like, you didn't watch One Piece? What are you doing? To watch it. Even Dookie Fillers, if it's your first time and only time watching it, watch the whole freaking thing. Like, the whole thing with the rainbow mist, that shit was horrible. That shit was honestly horrible, but watch it. At least watch it one time. Come on now. Then the last type of fake fan, also probably another claimer of, I've watched One Piece for a certain amount of years, right? But these claimers have been popping up so much recently because in 2025, right, it's been 28 years since One Piece came out, the including the manga, right? So manga 1997, anime 1999. So many times this year I've seen is people just going, I've watched One Piece for 28 years. I've watched One Piece for 28 years. I've watched One Piece for 28 years. You haven't even been alive for 28 years, brother. What are you talking about? You know you have not read One Piece for 28 years. All right, say they are 28 years old. That still doesn't make sense. You been watching One Piece since the womb? What are you talking about? Or what are you talking about? Honestly, push it even farther. You're what, 30? That's still unbelievable that you watch One Piece your whole freaking life. That means you have watched One Piece since you were 1 or 2. So the only people that I'm going to believe when you say that you have watched One Piece for 28 years is probably people of the age around like 32, 33, 34, 35. Like, that is the only age range of people and up, I guess, that I will believe if you say you watch One Piece for 28 years. Anything younger than that, you don't remember. You're not gonna claim that you watched One Piece 28 years if you literally aren't even at the age that you can remember things at. Like, what are we going on about? But yeah, like I said at the beginning, I don't hate them. I don't find them annoying. I just find them hilarious. They're funny. They're funny to notice. Just watch One Piece, talk about One Piece, be a normal fan. You don't need to claim things. And it's not just claiming a couple times, right? It's that they constantly do that. Like, every chance they get, they're gonna bring it up because how much stuff they claim, how much times they claim they watched, they rewatched it, how many times they claim they whatever, right? They love claiming, and they bring it up all the freaking time. The place where these claimers comes up a lot is the comments. Like if you see a One Piece post, a One Piece short, One Piece TikTok, One Piece video, look in the comments. There is so many of these people. There's so many of these people. Like these claimers are just think they want to be part of the fan so bad. You're 15 and you said you watched One Piece 28 years. Like you haven't been alive for 28 years, brother. What are you talking about? But yeah, I'd love to know what type of One Piece fans y'all are. Are you the casual ones, the anime watcher ones, the hardcore ones, or are you the fake ones? Are you the fake ones? Don't be the fake ones. But yeah, even if you are the quote unquote fake ones, you're still making One Piece more popular, and I always will love that. So yeah, and yeah, thank you for watching, listening. I just love the One Piece fans, man. Like we are the greatest. And don't forget to like, sub, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.